You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Black and White Network supporters, make sure you check out the Black and White Network merchandise store. Link in the description. Use promo code USA First, all one word. USA First, all one word. 25% off now. I'm back. Rodrance for Black and White Sports 2. We're going to talk about Jon Gruden. He came out and made some comments in regards to the NFL lawsuit he's got going on. He is suing the NFL right now. As we know, Jon Gruden, in our opinion, we made videos over on the bigger channel and on this channel about this Jon Gruden NFL Washington email scandal. We've been very vocal, both myself and John, about how unfair we feel like it is that Jon Gruden seemed to have been targeted. And he was targeted involving emails when he wasn't even working for the NFL. Now, there's been some word out there that maybe there's some things that was said while he was with the Raiders. Evidently, that's something that the NFL is kind of holding in their back pocket in order to sort of bring out. Now, he's taken sort of a bad rap over his recent run with Oakland, but we got to remember, his record was getting better year over year. Him and Mayock took a lot of heat over their early draft picks. Yeah, they should have. However, Jon Gruden's got a sort of a knack for diamonds in the rough, too. Hunter Renfrow, Colton Miller. How about discovering and giving a second chance, to Darren Waller, who, in my opinion, is very close to being the best tight end in all of football. So, right, wrong, or indifferent, Jon Gruden did bring some real talent into Oakland. Okay, so let's take a look at this. And I'm going to also, I believe he is going to coach again. I've been vocal about this, but I don't think it will be in the NFL. I believe he will go to college, and I believe the rise of the NIL is going to be something that's going to drive him there. Okay? Man, I think Jon Gruden would be an unbelievable recruiter in college. I want to coach in the NFL again. My emails were shameful. This is TMZ. I've been wanting to do this for a couple of days now, and I'm just now getting to it. Jon Gruden says he still wants another NFL coaching gig, despite being forced out of his Las Vegas Raiders job amid allegations he fired off emails containing racist language. Gruden, who spent 2 seasons at the helm of the Raiders, said during an interview at the Little Rock Touchdown Club on Tuesday that he takes accountability for the email scandal that sullied his reputation and cost him his job. Quote, "I'm ashamed about what has come about in these emails, and I'll make no excuses for it," Gruden said. "It's shameful, but I'm a good person. I believe that. I go to church. I'm married for 31 years. I've got 3 great boys." Something we want to keep in mind here, Randall Cunningham, a black man, and Warren Sapp, a black man, both come out and blatantly said there's no way in hell that Jon Gruden is an actual racist. Quote, "I still love football. I've made mistakes, but I don't think anybody here hasn't, and I just ask for forgiveness, and hopefully I get another shot." In October, the Wall Street Journal reported that Gruden sent an email to then Washington football team exec Bruce Allen, commenting on NFLPA director DeMaurice Smith. DeMaurice Smith has lips like the size of Michelin tires, Gruden wrote, according to the report. Gruden became embroiled in even more controversy. The New York Times reported he referred to the NFL commissioner, Roger Goodell, in emails as a F-word. I guess that's a derogatory gay word where they're talking about. That F-word, the other F-word. Quote, "and clueless anti-football vagina." Let's put it that way, except he didn't say vagina. John apologized for sending the email about Smith's lips, calling the comment, quote, "horrible," insisting he doesn't have an ounce of racism in him. Shortly after, Gruden resigned as a coach, saying, quote, "I love the Raiders. I do not want to be a distraction. Thank you to all the players, coaches, staff, and fans of Raider Nation. I'm sorry. I never meant to hurt anybody." And, you know, Mark Davis did not want to fire him, and he was not going to fire him until that second round of emails got conveniently leaked. And the dirty little secret is Roger Goodell in the NFL believed that Mark Davis was going to fire him when the first round got leaked. That's been the speculation. And then when Mark Davis was like, no, not going to fire him, they leaked the second round, which kind of led Mark Davis down the path to finally get rid of him. Him and Mark Davis are close. You know, I feel bad for Jon in the fact that he loves the Raiders. I mean, he is silver and black till he dies. He loves that organization. He loved Al Davis. He loves Mark Davis. And, you know, he's had plenty of players come out and defend him. I mean, that's all I can look at is what the players that have been around him and coaches have said in regards to Jon Gruden, and nobody believes that he's actually a racist. I mean, hell, Warren Sapp just came right out and said, DeMaurice Smith does have big lips. That's literally what Warren said. But he said no. He said he's not racist. He's not racist at all. So now let's get to the other part, because I do believe that this is where Jon Gruden is eventually headed, and that is college football. And he does come out and say that he would take one SEC job. And I think it's interesting that it's this particular job, because I really thought it would have been LSU. Jon Gruden's name always seemed to pop up in college football rumors during the former Super Bowl coach's time as an ESPN announcer. Gruden never left for the college ranks. There's one job he jokes he would want to have now. Gruden was a guest speaker at the Touchdown Club. We just talked about that. During his appearance, Gruden was asked how serious he was about the Arkansas job in late 2012 when rumors said he was in the mix. Quote, I wouldn't say that there were real serious conversations, Gruden said on Tuesday. Then the former Raiders head coach shared why he never wanted to go to college ball, but why his mind has now changed. Quote, I was concerned about being a college coach because I would have you on the death penalty probation in 6 months. Gruden's coming out and telling you, I would have paid for players. Look, that's the dirty little secret in college football, or was, right? Everybody knew that. But NIL has made it, I mean, let's be real, made it sort of legal now. Gruden then joked that he'd love to have the Arkansas Razorbacks job now that name, image, and likeness rules allows players to be paid. Should keep in mind, Jerry Jones is an alumni from there. Quote, but now that you're paying players, I know a bank with $27 billion. I'd love to have the Arkansas job. I'll tell you that, Gruden cracked. Arkansas went through a rough 10-year stretch after the infamous Bobby Petrino motorcycle accident. They bottomed out under Chad Morris, but the Hogs really seem to have hit a home run with Sam Pittman as head coach. If Pittman weren't doing so well in Arkansas, we wouldn't put it past Gruden to try to land the gig. He did say during an appearance he was hoping to get another shot at coaching. He also praised Pittman heavily and lauded the job the former offensive line coach has done. And, of course, they goes on to talk about the article we just talked about. So, that's Gruden just coming out and saying, I would take the Arkansas job. Now, in case you're wondering, yeah, it was an ugly stretch there for about 3 or 4 years. Arkansas was, I went and looked it up, 4-20, I believe, in about a 3-year stretch. But they're 12-11 since. They actually have a winning percentage over the last couple of years that's above 500. They're in the very, very tough SEC. We know that Gruden can coach his ass off, particularly on offense. And I do think Jon Gruden would be a phenomenal recruiter. Okay. Everybody, that's sort of what Jon Gruden's known for, is his big personality. And I think he would walk into parents' living rooms. He would be larger than life. He's got that, hey, yeah, yeah. And he'd get that Chucky scowl. Sort of in the same charming way that Nick Saban is kind of the the guy that swabs into parents' living rooms. I think Jon Gruden would do that too, and he'd give that scowl, and daddies would be like, oh man, Gruden, quarterback football camp on ESPN. Everybody watched that until he left ESPN. It was great. And I think he'd wear that Super Bowl ring in, and I think Gruden would absolutely kill it at recruiting, especially with NIL. There were serious rumors around LSU before Brian Kelly got that gig involving Jon Gruden. Yeah, right after this scandal, LSU was snooping around, vice versa, and there was legions of LSU fans that wanted Gruden to get this job down in LSU. So, I don't know. I believe he will absolutely coach again. But I see it. Arkansas would be ideal for Gruden. Okay? It's high profile, but not so high profile that it would be like LSU, LSU, Alabama, Ohio State, Michigan, USC. He needs a good school that's got a good established program that's in a major conference, but one of the slightly down tier programs, right? No, don't hate on me, Arkansas fans. I get it. Y'all can go out there and win with the right coach. All right, y'all can be competitive with the right coach. I kind of have Arkansas akin to like Texas A&M. That's sort of that range, and I know A&M fans are like, what the hell? We're better than that. Well, yeah, you are right now, okay? But you get the point, right? Arkansas is a major college program. Tell me what you think, Black and White Sports 2 fans. Chucky's coming back at some point with a college program. We just don't know which college program. I think he's moving out of Vegas. Man, he could go out there and take that UNLV job maybe. I'm just saying, if he wanted to stay in that area, I don't know. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.